And now to Russia, where schoolgirls are being offered $1,200 to have babies. In a shocking new policy, the Oryol region has become the first to pay pregnant teens with no minimum age limit. Officials call it support, but critics call it reckless. With birth rates collapsing and hundreds of thousands of men lost to war, Russia is scrambling for solutions. From government-funded wedding nights to proposed baby-making breaks at work, the Kremlin is pulling out all the stops. But this is a strategy for survival, or is it a dangerous social experiment? Here's more in our next report.
Russia is racing against time to stop its population from plummeting. The government is now offering schoolgirls a one-time payment of $1,200 to have children. The controversial policy, first introduced in the Oryol region, extends an existing incentive for university students. But this time there is no minimum age. A pregnant schoolgirl, no matter how young, can now cash in. The move has triggered shockwaves across Russia. Critics fear the policy will encourage teenage pregnancies, trapping young girls in poverty.
The counterproductive desire to rejuvenate the birth rate in the provinces leads to absurd decisions. We have never seen such idiocy.
But the Oryol governor Andrei Klitschkov, the man behind the policy, insists it's about support. He also says over 40 Russian regions are adopting similar programs.
As for my personal attitude to this norm, it must be borne in mind that young girls in such a situation often make controversial decisions. And our task, since this has already happened, is to provide them with support, help save the life of the child and the health of the mother.
It is no secret that Russia is facing a population crisis. Its birth rate has plummeted to 1.5 births per woman, far below the 2.1 needed for stability. War, economic hardship, and social shifts have pushed the country towards a demographic collapse. Hence now, fewer babies are being born, and more people are dying. Russian leader Vladimir Putin has called the crisis a matter of national survival. His government has outlawed child-free lifestyles, banned abortion ads, and even criminalized coercing women into ending pregnancies. Meanwhile, a state-backed reality show, once called Pregnant at 16 to discourage teen pregnancies, has been rebranded as at 16 to celebrate young motherhood under the Kremlin leader's orders. Russian politicians are scrambling for solutions. It is evident that their ideas have begun to range from desperate to dystopian. One MP suggested state-funded hotel rooms for wedding nights, with couples reimbursed up to $250 for consummation. Another proposed paying for first dates because apparently romance needs government funding. But the strangest idea of all? A ministry of sex. Yes, some politicians believe a government department should oversee reproduction, ensuring Russians are doing their patriotic duty between the sheets. There is even talk of bosses encouraging baby-making breaks during work hours. Now, while politicians drum up absurd policies, the real crisis lies on the battlefield. Since invading Ukraine, Russia has lost up to 900,000 troops, with at least 250,000 killed. According to UK intelligence, some reports claim the death toll is even higher. Russia is throwing money, policies, and propaganda at a problem that won't go away in a blink of the eye. But with young people fleeing, a war still raging, and women being pressured into motherhood, the future looks bleak.
Greeting you with aloha and namaste.
I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India, what we saw in Kashmir.
The Prime Minister Modi. How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Bluntly, Iran, maybe Russia too.
I Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation.
Not over 50%.
Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.